Okay, so has anyone joined with a laptop today? Chandrakala, Shekhar, or Sandeep?
No, Sunil. I joined through phone.
Mobile only. Okay.
Sunil. Yeah, Arjun.
Okay, we'll wait for 2 more minutes and we'll start. So, okay, I think we can start now. So you can see my screen, right? Please let me know.
Yeah, Arjun.
Yeah. So today we'll be seeing the Google Cloud architecture, only the architecture, like not like yesterday we will go to all those services. So we'll be checking what is resource, what is organization, what is projects, etc. So if we have time, we'll do a small lab which is related to billing also. So let's see how it goes. So this is the Google Cloud resource hierarchy, how the Google Cloud, like your organization will be defined in the Google Cloud architecture. So as I said, I explained yesterday also, the first point is like the organization, which is called the root node. So the root node is nothing but your company domain, like the tcs.com or some infra.com, etc. And below organization there will be folders. This is actually optional for you. We can create folders or we can directly navigate and go and create projects also, so it's up to you. So yeah, the best practice is like if you're having a very big organization, it's having multiple departments like HR, sales, finance, logistics, and software development and etc. It is a good practice to create folders, because inside each folders you will be having different projects, right? So in order to organize that, we'll be creating folders. And after projects, next is resources. So resources are nothing but how your all your resources, like your compute engine, your machines, your databases, all your files, so those will be tagged under the resources part. Okay, so what is an organization resources? So we can see that how we can organization resources. Let me start a lab for you. So here you can see. So this is a my free trial account, but it's already expired. But still, I can access this one. So this is how. See, all the organization, everything we can manage through the IAM. So this is if you have an organization user, means you having a privilege of the super user admin. So like that, like it is similar to the sudo in your Linux. So something like that. So as you can see here, organization admin and organization owner. So organization admin is nothing but you will having full power to edit all permission. So for example, if you're having a role of organization admin, then you have the power to, edit, delete, modify any resources inside all the projects inside your organization. So this organization owner is reserved for G Suite and cloud identity. So G Suite is nothing but if we compare with Microsoft, then like It is like your Outlook. So for Microsoft, we have Outlook, and similar to that, if your everything is on Google Cloud, then you will be using a G Suite. So G Suite is nothing but you will be having an email which is provided by the Google, and authentication, everything will be provided by the Google itself. And so this is the project. This is a free trial, because of that I cannot create a folder. So if you look at the project, as you can see, there are various projects. First, if you go to this project, so this project will be having a different set of resources. So if we go and if you just click the compute engine or home. So here, if we create one compute engine, then that resources will be only specific to this particular project. And if you want to create any other thing, then if you go to Google GCP, this is our second project. Let's imagine. Okay, so here, if you have need to create another set of resources, then we can create here. So okay, and one more thing about the project is like the projects needs to have an identical project name, like similar which I told you while in the naming convention of the bucket. So if you see here also, see this will be unique to every project all across the Google Cloud. It cannot be similar, because based on this only, you will be creating your bucket, or your PPC will be tagging and all. So this should be identical. So no need to create on this one. If you create with the project name, that is enough. This project ID will be automatically get created. And similar to that, if you go here, this is like the overall dashboard of the Google Cloud project. So here you can see the project information. And if you want to add something into a project, for example, let's take a small organization where we're having 5 to 6 people, and you have one Google Cloud account, and you want to provide authorization to someone. So you just add people. You just let's say give their ID, and next is like which role you want to give. So if we select here, see, this is the major role, editor. Editor means you can access all resources inside this particular project. Just remember, this is project specific. And owner is like you can full access to all resources. You can view, modify everything you can do. This is actually and the viewer is nothing but your read only. You can view all the resources, like something like that. So this is how you can give access to particular person in a project, when taking into account like you having only 5 to 6 people in an account. Like if you're having a large organization, then authentication, everything will be changed. Then you will be handling LDAP or Microsoft Active Directory or something like that. And right side, if you see, like here, this part is like the billing part. So it's a free trial, that's why it is showing 0.00. If it's be an enterprise account, then in place of this we will be getting some some amount based on dollars or Indian rupees or something like that. And in a resource part, it will be listing your overall resources. For example, if you have created any compute engine, or let's say 2 Windows machine or 2 Linux machine or some storage and all, then that will be listed here. Like if here it will be listing like two compute engine running, or two cloud storage has been created or something like that. It will be showing like that. And this is like cloud platform status. Here you can see all services are normal. So usually, like most of the time, what I have seen is like let's say if some of the service is facing some issue or some latency issue, or some service is going on some update and all, so that will be publicized here. Like say database cloud SQL, cloud SQL is facing some latency issue on this region. or compute engine, some image is not available on this region. So that kind of alert and all you will be seeing on this one. Then these are just the news. This is like the just a Google Cloud, similar to what we have, like I think AWS Next or something is there, which they will contact every quarterly, or I think every 6 months to introduce their new resources or something like that. So for that, they have just publicized here. If you want, you can register here. Just give me the link. You might get some, quick credits or something like that. We can just okay. So as I said, resources. What are the resources in GCP? Resources can be your instances, which is your Linux or Windows machine, or services, APIs, cloud storage bucket, managed services, and IAM policies. Just check the API ones. So for checking the APIs, API services. So every services in Google Cloud is related to one particular API. So let's say if you want to create a compute engine, then first step is like you need to enable that particular API. So without enabling that particular API, your compute engine won't be working. So if you can see here, enable APIs and services, right? So if you click here, okay, so here you can search for the APIs. So if I give compute engine, so these are the compute engine API. You can create and run virtual machine in Google Notes. So by default, this should be enabled because last time and all I have created. So here you can see it's already enabled. If you are like if you have a new account and you have not created anything, then here it should be like disabled, and here instead of manage there should be API enabled. That should be there. So before creating this one, you just need to click that enable button, and after that only you will be getting the access to create and run and virtual machine on the Google Cloud. So it is similar to all the resources when it comes to database or cloud storage bucket or some other services, all services. So we have an API for let's say you can say cloud billing also, then cloud resource manager, everything we have. So labels I showed you yesterday, and so I can show it just again now. So if we go to compute engine, so label is nothing but a key value pair. A key will be a unique identifier. So key will be like environment, team, owner, or you can say team, environment owner, team, then a role. So those will comes under unique key identifier, and value will be like say product, test, infra admin, or something like that. So it is just you want to identify a particular machine, or it will be very handy if you are like filtering all the machine which are test. Okay, so let's say you have a 100 machines, and if you want to filter all the uh, machine which are labeled under the test, or you want to filter all the things which are in the which are working in the test environment. So instead of just taking a list from your own database which you have saved in Excel or something like that, what you can do is like by creating the machine only, if we give environment and test, and if you add that, like while searching the compute engine, there will be a search option, right? So just put it on the test. So it will be listing all the test machine. So similar to that, you can create label based on environment or in a role owner of the machine or something like that. And next is quotas. Quotas is nothing but a capacity on how many resources you can create in a particular project. So it is something like you are an admin for the Google Cloud Console, and there is a team which has newly joined, and they want to test some Google Cloud capability. So first thing what you will do is like you will create a test project and give it to them. Okay, so after giving the test project, you might fear like they will consume all the resources and it will create some unnecessary building, right? So well, just take a scenario like I have given something. Let's say you are admin of a particular project and you have given a test project to me, and I have created a lot of machines, 5 to 10 machines today, and I forgot to switch it off and delete it, and the next day, there will be, let's say, there will be off for 2 3 5 days, and after 5 days if you check, then the billing will be high, right? So just to make sure of that, what Google Cloud has done is like it has provided some quotas to prevent unexpected spike in usages. So there are some default quotas is there, like these many VPCs only can be created and these many computers can only be created. So that is the limit. Like if you want to increase the limit, then one thing you can do is like you can create a support ticket. And other thing is like while working on a project, there will be some person from Google who will be working along with you and the customer. So you can check with him like how to increase the quotas and all. So here if we check, we see. So this is the quotas you can see. Now if you check for compute engine API, let's say the number of subnetwork which I've created, it is like one quota. All quotas are within the limit, and network firewall rules. So they have quotas for each and everything, like each and every minute thing, starting from compute engine to creating a disk, then snapshot. See, even IAM policy they have, which related to BigQuery and stream bytes. Mm, this is like the write request per minute, like for cloud trace. It is so trace will be using like if your application is having some latency issue or user is experiencing some delay while loading a particular login page and all, then you can use this cloud trace API. So for that particular thing also, Google has some quota. So let me check here. Okay, see, 7 day peak usage limit is 5. So I think this is a free trial because of that limit is 5. If you are using enterprise account, like in a real life scenario and all, then quota will be changing based on the requirement itself. Because with 5 we can't work on the real environment. Okay, so this is one scenario which I have written. Like how will you design your organization architecture if you are planning to move to Google Cloud? Let's say your company name is tutorial.com and it is planning to migrate, let's say, some of the application to Google Cloud, and application which they are migrating having three environment: development, quality, and production. So how will be the organization structure in Google Cloud? So this is just a rough diagram. So here you can see the organization name is tutorial.com. So the root node will be always be tutorial.com. And next is say they have to migrate some application. So the application which they are migrating having three environment: development, quality, and application. So let's assume they have three applications. As I said, the folders are optional, but it's always best practice to create folder. Okay, so under tutorial.com, let's imagine they have three application: application one, application two, and application three. And what they have given, like inside each application, they have three environment: development, quality, and production. So as you can see, inside each application, we have projects for development, quality, and production. So inside development environment, we will be having development specific machines and the database and all. And inside quality environment, we will be having quality specific Windows machine or Linux machine and database, similar for product environment. So this will be same for application and application 2 and application 3 also. So this is just a simple architecture. Like if you're working on architect level on, or if you are working on some landing zone, like customer want to see how your organization will be moving to Google Cloud. So based on that, I've just created. So in this section, please let me know if you have any doubt. Okay, has anyone joined with laptop today? So we can test the lab. Like I can help you register, on the lab environment in your system. Hello, can you hear me? Chandrakala, if you are speaking, I'm not able to hear you. Okay, then I'll move on to the next session then. So,
Yeah,
yeah, hi. So is this Shekhar? So Shekhar, have you joined with the laptop or
no, Arjun, no. I joined through the
no?
mobile.
Okay,
No, Arjun.
because if you guys have registered lab, right? So we can do the lab at the same time. I think I don't see any point if I only do the lab. Right? You should also get some hands-on, right? That's what my goal
Okay.
is. So after this, building thing, we'll see one lab, which is so this lab we can see. This is not like we need no need to create any big resources. As you can see, it's only 45 minutes, but we can finish under 20 25 minutes only. So if you have lab and all, it will
Okay.
be good. So we can, yeah, just if try possible, join tomorrow by laptop,
Okay. Okay.
because
Sure. Sure.
here this monthly subscription I have got after searching through many blogs, and I think the validity is not validity. I think you need to do it before September 30th. So that's what I'm asking in plus. But you
Okay.
can get a free trial account also, but there you might have a concern over whether you will be getting billed or whether you're able to create free trial and all. So that's what.
For the free account, they give to 28,000 credits.
No, no, free trial, like I told you yesterday, I think you weren't there or not. But in Google, like GCP, it won't take all your credit cards and debit card. It only take some credit card and debit card. They used to,
Yeah.
decline.
Yeah.
They will deduct your like verification money, like 1 rupee or 2 rupee. They will deduct, and after that, they will say like your card is not valid, or it's not valid as per the Google Cloud norm. Something they will tell. Like in AWS, I know we can create with any card, but it's different in Google Cloud.
Yeah. Arjun, I
So this is
already
just
created on free account.
okay. Okay, you already created. That's good. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
but just try to create this one also. I'll ping you the link.
Okay.
Just try it in incognito mode also. Incognito mode. Okay, otherwise, you will sign up with
Okay. Arjun.
yeah. Because this lab will be using your let's say temporary user ID and email.
Sure. Arjun.
Okay, Sunday वाला laptop better किस तरह. So this billing and all will be taken care, I think, mostly by the organization administrator, like the people who are working on the real operations, right? Like let's say network admin or system admin or developers and all. They will not be dealing with billing, but best part is you must be knowing like what is billing in Google Cloud. So why we need billing monitoring is like it will be helpful to let's say if you have a quota for 75 machines and you have created 50 machines, right? And so better to like you create an alert to the organization administrator, like they will be getting to know, okay, already the 50 resources are already created, so only 25 is left. So based on that, like let's say next week there is some huge requirement is there, so he can create a quota request to your project ID, or you can he can alert you, right, like if you have already created these many resources, you are consuming so many resources in the Google Cloud account, so be careful on that. So based on that we can do that. And for billing also there will be specific IAM roles, like one thing is like assigning billing IAM roles and viewing and managing billing data. So other thing is like billing account creator. So this the person which is having this particular IAM role, he can create new billing account, which is in the organization level only. That is the top level domain. This billing thing will already be on the top level domain. It cannot be on the project level. And the billing account administrator, so what he can do is like he can manage configure billing account, unlink and link projects, manage user role. So unlink and link project is like let's say you have a requirement to create a new project. So you create a new project. So before creating any new resources, what you need to do is like you need to enable billing on that particular project. So for that, you just need to link that to the particular billing ID. So these are all other different things. This is like for linking project with billing account, you need to have a billing account user. Similar to billing account viewer is like view billing information, finance team and all. And the project billing manager is similar to like link handling account of projects. So if I check in the free trial, here you can see. So you have multiple billing accounts. You're seeing this red because this is free trial and the card which I used to manage this billing account has got expired. So this is the billing account ID and month to this date because I have not created any resources for a long time. So that's why it is showing like 1 to 21st. So here the month, this is for the monthly cycle. So it is showing the zero report. And if we check, so left side you can see overall overview, the report, cost table, cost breakdown, commitment, budget and alerts. So budget and alerts, as I explained earlier, you can provide alert like if this much percentage of resources are already consumed, then you can create an alert to your organization admin, so he will be aware of this one. And building export is like, for example, if you're working on a large organization and there will be so many resources running, right? So what you can do is like, okay, everything is able here. So you can do is that we can export this particular building thing into BigQuery. So BigQuery is like your data warehouse, right? So you can export this all thing into another service known as BigQuery services. So it is similar to the your SQL thing. So based on that, we can filter your resource-based consumption. Like you can see like in this particular month, which resource is taking so many billing, on which resources is less utilized, but which resources is more utilized. So based on that, we can do. File export. Okay, this option is depreciated. Okay, let me start this lab for now. Okay, so our lab is just started. So we will open this lab. So always open Quick Lab in incognito mode. So you will not accidentally sign up in your personal account.
Okay.
Okay. So this is your temporary email ID, password. Mm, Billing views. So we need to go to the billing views first. Go to the span billing. It will work on. So this is a free trial account. So here in our bit it was showing $0, right? So here in the last 30 days is for temporary. So it is showing some $381 which has been spent on this one. So this is the cost trends you can see. Here we are having so many details compared to my free trial account. So top projects. So this is a project which is consuming most of the you know the cost. So here you can see CTC day, CTG prod is almost okay. Storage is less. Sandbox there is $0. Top products. So as expected, which is consuming most cost, the compute engine, like a number of Linux or Windows machine which users have created in all across the Quick Lab for this particular project. So compute engine is having so many, it's almost close to 1.5K dollars and Cloud SQL is the database which is second, and BigQuery is almost third, and storage is the bucket. So, and Cloud Scheduler is like some timer kind of thing. If you go to, let's go to reports. Console a bit slow today. So, like, if you want the project files, then see, GitLab having these many projects, or like this is like location and region wise also. So, if we select project which is the one which is consuming most resources, CTC David. If you select CTC David, so left side you will be seeing it is updating to CTC Dave only right now. See the cost trends like from only for this month it is showing from September to 19th, 4 September to 19th. If you want to group, as I told you right earlier, right? Like if you have, we can put label in all your machines. So based on label, if you want to see, so CTG environment data source data studio is like a visualization tool which is used by data analyst or some BI developers and all. So labels is if you check for CTG environment, we'll see what it will give. Okay, CTG will be Dave is having anyway more because as we see like the development project is consuming more resources when compared to production and quality. Okay, so just see the other options like cost table. Okay, this is for the month of August. I think, yeah. Okay, so month of August, total cost of CTC Dave is $285. And if we expand, I think we'll be seeing all the other resources. Compute as expected. Compute engine is having $71. Oh, Cloud SQL is having $150. So here, how we can create our track and track our expense level. So if we create, don't have permission. So this is like triggering alerts. Like let's say BigQuery services, if you have consumed 50%, 70%, or 100% and all, then we can create an alert. So in this lab, we don't have the authorization. So similar to that, I think Christmas budget 20 to 25%. Similarly, we have environment wise also development, uh, last month tracking and yearly budget and everything. So if we go to billing export, we also check the pricing. So standard use of scores. Okay. Let's see whether we have an authorization for this billing. So we can export all our billing data to the BigQuery, which is like the transactional database like SQL. So we can filter based on that. I think it is working. Yeah, see, it is SQL workspace is coming. So here you can compose our new query. Like if you compose our new query based on the tables which we have and the values, and if we let's say can able to view some table data. Okay, table content system 80%. So we have disabled here also. So I can see the total table size is data is like 385 MB. Number of rows is 960, 053. And all. So these things, like I told you, like people who are working more on a technical background need not to be aware, but this will be dealing mainly by the account stream and all. So it is best thing is like you need to be aware like what is building, how it is linked to a particular project, how you can create alert. And all. So for that thing only I go. And if you are going for some GCP certifications, then billing is an important topic. The pricing thing is not loading today. That's not important, but I thought of showing that pricing tag also, like what are the prices for each and everything, Google services, descriptions, and all. Anyway, it's fine. If you are like while we are moving through each and every services specifically like compute engine and storage and all, then we'll have another session for like what is the prices for each machine, what is the purpose for. I mean, price for like if you're putting the objects in multi-regional, regional, and all. So those things we can see. So this is all I have today. So tomorrow we will be seeing more on the beach. So today resource hierarchy and building. So tomorrow we'll be seeing more on the IAM part. So IAM part we have to do some labs. Two, three, four, five. Like out of five we can try 2 to 3 labs. Plus we can also try on the G Cloud. Like we can go through basic G-Cloud commands and all, how the G-Cloud works, what is G-Cloud and all, which is like your command and interface in the Google Cloud. And for Chandrakala, like if your mic is not working, you can do one thing. You can join with the mobile also at the same time. and you can join with laptop also tomorrow. Yeah, that's it for today. So let me know if you have any question. And I have pinged you the lab. You can, I think Shaker is having, right? So he can, register on the Quick Lab for today. And for monthly subscription,
Okay.
we can, yeah. And I think for you will not be getting monthly subscription. You need to do some more steps so that we can do tomorrow if you are showing your laptop, sharing your laptop and all.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, if no question, then we can sign off today. So tomorrow we'll be seeing some modules on IAM and G Cloud also.